All right, we are back with another gym tour. It's been a while, but I realize that a lot of people like this footage, and I love making this footage. I love traveling the freaking world and checking out the sights. Some people want to go see the Mona Lisa. I just want to go see some old school freaking vintage gyms. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, check out this freaking weird robot operating itself down the street. This, fellas, is indeed Holly weird. We are in Hollywood right now. Got the freaking R2D2 just cruising down the street. Figured I couldn't go wrong with this gym. Look at that logo. Hollywood Gym. Holy buckets. I'm looking on the inside from the outside here, and it's looking incredible, right? But again, what about that logo? Just unbelievable. First thing you see when you get in the store is a CPAP machine. That's the first thing in the store. You know it's meant for hardcore enthusiasts. There's a CPAP machine. Guy tells me that there's more gym upstairs, so I go through this stairwell, and I'm thinking to myself, holy buckets, this is hardcore. There's a freaking, amplifiers and PA system, rock bands coming through or something. Sunset Strip, freaking Motley Crue going to play at the Hollywood Gym. I don't know. This is looking hardcore. And then I realize that I'm indeed locked out. I have to go back, and then the guy tells me I got to take the elevator. So again, here we are, the elevator. Excellent logo. Look at this freaking picture. How old school does this look? This tells you that this gym has not been updated since 1990. And look at the styles here. Like, look at that. You got your freaking knapsack, your giant basketball shorts, and your old sports squirt bottles. Just some hideous apparel. But I'm not going to lie, I bought a shirt. But anyways, now we got this is it right here. They got that logo. That logo looks badass, man. Unfortunately, I didn't see anyone that resembled that logo. In all honesty, this gym reminded me of the Average Joe's gym, I believe, in Dodgeball. That's like the vibe I got here. Like, look at how old this equipment is. It's like the Jane Fonda, ab workout equipment. It's very old school, very retro. I dig it. I like this kind of stuff. It's like the old sit-up boards you would see freaking Arnold using in the golden era, This back extension. But yeah, here they are. Then they got the Jane Fonda weight set. Now, don't worry, there's more weights here, but I get a kick out of this. This is clearly like the ladies' weights, I'm assuming. Got the hand bike. Got another poster from 1990. It's kind of just like random, just a golfer, just a guy with an excellent stroke on the wall. Okay, but now here's the stuff. Here's what we care about. This is the heavy-duty equipment here. And look at this right there. I'm going to get back to it. There's a giant oblique machine, right? That's like so overbuilt. The freaking Nautilus Eagle oblique machine that's 6,000 pounds of just twisted steel, sex appeal, chiseling the obliques. Of course, no one ever uses that machine. Anyone that does use it has no idea what they're doing. That's the gist that I get out of seeing that machine. Who uses a freaking weighted, twisting oblique machine? Now, I really had a slow motion on this because I got a kick out of this. The only bodybuilding poster on the wall is indeed freaking the Pick and Save grocery store Walmart protein powder. What is this called? Body Fortress. The protein back in, the year 2002. All right. So again, this gym has not been updated in 20 years, right? Not to say that they should have new stuff, like new posters, but it's not even like old iconic posters. It's just, Walmart protein powder. All right. This is a classic multifunctional cable station. I've never seen one that looks so old school. You can tell that's one of the originals. Got the hammer strength. Lots of hammer strength stuff up here. It's good. It's heavy duty. It's nothing unique. But here, this is freaking unique right here. Not that poster, but this freaking triceps push down hammer strength machine. They must have stopped making this thing because I've never seen this in my life, boys. Never seen a hammer strength triceps push down. And it's a very strange design. You got the pads for the wrists. I don't know. It's like taking the forearms out of it, I guess. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to say it was the best feeling machine I've ever used, but I get the purpose of it, right? So I figured we should shoot this from another angle here. All right, you see those thick pads. Okay, it's like, let's just shove the wrists in there. Yep. And get really locked in. Take the forearms out of it. Take the grip. For all the pencil neck geeks that never want to work their grip, now you have a triceps push-down machine with 0 grip required. Not bad. Okay. A lot of just really old school, heavy duty machines. Like I said, this gym probably hasn't been updated since, 1998, if I had to guess. But the thing is, with this equipment, it's never going to break down, right? It's heavy duty stuff. I had that in my garage. That is literally the exact same machine I had in my garage. The dip/press machine. Now this, fellas, is a sight to behold. This made the gym worthwhile. Because up until this point, I was like, man, this gym actually was kind of a colossal letdown. 0 energy, average Joe's vibes from dodgeball. But a freaking manual rock climbing wall. Like, you've seen the manual treadmills, right? Like, the faster you run, you can just run at your own speed, basically. Well, this rock climbing wall is kind of similar. You see to the right, there's that lever where you can kind of increase the speed. I was just really hesitant using this because I don't know the last time this thing was used, and I was worried I was just going to collapse like through the walls, basically. Like, this thing was going to fall on me or, just create a crater in the floor. I didn't know what to expect with that, but I'm healthy. I came out of it unscathed. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. I kind of recommend that. A lot of gyms have that. I don't know why they don't. I could see it becoming just a freaking wildebeest on that thing. Just doing deadlifts and then doing pull-ups and then just climbing the wall afterwards. Like, can you imagine that workout? Check this sucker out right here. Never seen that before. A freaking original hoist machine. Hoist machines now, they do the work for you. Well, that's like an original one. Now here, this is a cool, I wanted to point this out. There's an assisted pull-up/dip, and here is an unassisted, resisted pull-up/dip. Isn't it funny how the times have changed? Now every gym has an assisted pull-up, whereas back in the day, I'm guessing every gym had a resisted pull-up/dip, like where you add that weight stack and then do weighted dips and pull-ups. But somehow, as a society, we've just found that was unacceptable to add tension. So it's like, well, I'm happy being 600 pounds overweight, but I want to be able to do pull-ups and dips. So I demand that we have assistance. You know what I'm saying? Just what a stupid machine. Anyways, this is one of those classic fly machines that makes you dislocate your shoulders to get into position. But once you get into position, it feels freaking good, right? Like, that is a solid machine. Then here's one I've never used in my life. This is like a freaking Nautilus Eagle or something too. I'm not sure. The design is pretty funky, and to be honest, I can see why it's become obsolete. It's not a good design. Like, you see how far back I'm going? That's as far as you can go. So, you can't get any more stretch than that, which maybe is okay. I mean, maybe a lot of people hurt themselves getting a huge, deep stretch on these pec decks, but it's a very strange design. But I'm not going to say I disliked it. You could hold the handle, and then when you're getting closer, you could push those wrist pads and touch those wrist pads against one another. Now look at these dumbbells here, guys. I've never seen a half metal, half rubber dumbbell before. It might be the stupidest design I've ever seen in my life. Not to mention, take a look at these handles here. Rubber, rounded rubber handles with huge bulbous tips at the end. Fellas, I'm not going to lie, those were indeed the worst feeling dumbbells I've ever used in my life. Okay, and let me remind you guys that there was 0 energy in here. The only guy working out in here basically was that guy doing spider curls in front of the dumbbells, making it impossible for me to get to the dumbbells because he had his head down and his hoodie up, and he was just going freaking balls to the wall with his bent over spider curls, which I'm not knocking him. Kudos to him for the intensity. But boy, oh boy, with an entirely empty gym, he couldn't have picked a better spot to do his spider curls. Now look at this T-bar row set up here. Look at how high somebody set this thing up. Do you see where it's supposed to be? Because, you want to get your back into it, like use your posterior chain, like do a bent over row. Somebody said, nah, I'm taking my entire back out of it so that I'm already in a totally stood up position doing the row. I'm not even sure they got any range of motion with that starting position of that T-bar row. But some people will do anything to avoid strengthening their back. And then people wonder why they hurt their back, picking up a box off the floor. Like, that's as low as a T-bar row is supposed to start. But anyways, like this. I like this right here. I like that little deadlift, that stiff-legged deadlift platform where you get that huge range of motion. I don't know why gyms don't have those anymore. I feel like back in the day, tons of gyms had those. And here's a decline being even more freaking declined. Somebody wanted that extreme, deep pectoral, lower pectoral freaking development. They wanted to turn that decline bench into a dip. I can respect that. Okay? Here is a old school freaking dip station. I like that. Of course, I used this thing out and it was extremely shaky. But nothing to put in a couple plates on it, stabilize that sucker. And then look, this is a pretty good machine right here. Look at this one. Heavy duty. Do some nice calf raises on there. I think that's maybe can't tell if that's a hack squat or a calf raise. But regardless, some machines you've never seen. Like, look at this. Look at this freaking eagle. Like, look at that setup. That's for a lateral raise, guys. That's the most overcomplicated, overly built lateral raise machine I've ever seen in my life. And I think there's a reason that Cybex stopped producing this, and that's probably just because it freaking sucks.